My name is Holly Chernobyl, and I'm a body-based performance artist. I live in Chicago, and I've been practicing Butoh for almost 5 years. So I'm talking about time manipulation in the context of Butoh, and why do we care about time manipulation in Butoh? Is time just something else that affects the body? Is it another variable? Is it something in performance that we use to convey something, or is it its own thing? Time manipulation is something that you'll see in a lot of different Butoh performances. You'll see it in Sankai Juku. You'll see it with Atsushi Takanashi. And in Butoh, I think time compression and expansion is something that's very compelling. So we know how to speed up time. The ways in which we speed up time are exactly what you would think something with anxiety speeds up time. Anything with something with abundance of information will speed up time. Like using the internet, you're like, oh, how has it been 2 hours? I've just been looking at a bunch of videos on YouTube, and all of a sudden all the time is gone. Where did it go? Repetition can contract time. Speed is a way that you can contract time or expand time. And the ways in which you can expand time are a feeling of anticipation or expenditure of effort. Also, if you're using stillness, or the mood can expand or contract time. Mood, if it's calm, then everything feels like it's taking longer, and if it's agitated or angry or frustrated, then the time starts to kind of collapse. And when you get really good at this, you can start doing some really interesting things with time, a kind of accordion of time, and with time expanding and contracting in the same moments, which is really interesting. Also in Butoh, I think that there's a kind of right here, right now-ness that you don't always find in other physical forms or physical art expressions. That's holding you, and you as the audience in the moment, or hopefully is holding the audience in the moment, or like the performer is not only moving in space but also pulling time with the body. And so here are some ways to manipulate that time that they pull with the body. Coming up slowly on a count of 8 is one way to feel effort as it manipulates time in your body. Rolling over very, very slowly is one way to feel the effect that speed has on time in the body. You can take a minute to roll over like I do in this segment, or you can take an hour to roll over. In this segment, I'm using effort and speed together. It's difficult to tell, but I'm actually on releve and lowering myself very, very, very slowly. An abundance of information conveyed by the body is one way to speed up time. Creating anxiety and anticipation in your audience by making them think they know what you're going to do, or waiting for you to do it, is one way to manipulate time. Complete stillness and silence of the body slows down time. And here's just one example of how you can combine elements to start collapsing and expanding time. So here I'm using abundance of information and stillness of the body, but also anticipation. Utilizing pain is a way that you can make, both for yourself and the audience, feel like time is endless. Okay, so here's how you can use the face to expand or contract time. So you can expand it with calmness or upliftedness. Not excitement, but kind of and kind of a little stupid too, like or you can use the face to contract time with like aggression. And the whole body will start to respond too. Maybe anger in the teeth. Or like psychosis. Sort of like that. Or like sort of airy levity. Brightness. Innocence. Or there's also abundance of information. So there's just like so much going on. And so time starts to expand and contract that way. So the hands as well can convey time. So they can be like, this is a kind of like a ghost hand. So there's just no life in it. And everything becomes very like eternity expressed in the hands. right? Or even like intricate and delicate and soft, right? Like Laban lightness. But if tension comes into it and the hands become more like a tormented sort of weapon, then time begins to collapse. This is effort. So we're using effort to make time contract. So the difference between this and this. Age and decay, arthritic, young, supple, life, but can also become abundance of information, and then you start to do this accordion thing with time.